Hello everyone, my name is Mauricio Ortiz-Segura, and I'm going to be presenting on Disney, more formally known as the Walt Disney Company, and why they are one of, if not the top dog of the media industry. First off, why I chose Disney as the company to do research on for this assignment. Well, as many know, Disney is one of the most universally recognized brands in the world. I mean, if you show somebody a picture of a mouse in red overalls and white gloves, there's a solid chance that they'll recognize that image as being of Michael Theodore Mouse, aka Mickey Mouse. Disney also has plenty of theme parks placed in multiple locations around the world, such as California, Tokyo, Paris, Hong Kong, and more. So thousands upon millions of people go there to visit their favorite Disney-themed attractions. Plus, many people love the media that Disney produces, which is another reason I chose to research this topic. The animated Disney movies are among some of my favorite pieces of animated media, and they made up a pretty good portion of my childhood. Getting to know a little more information about a company that has been so involved in my life since my youth could never hurt, which leads into the third reason why I wanted to research this company, as it's important to know information on the companies from which you consume media. Knowing how they financially perform and understanding what audiences they target to make their company more successful are an important part of being a media consumer. Now, a little background information on Disney to help all of us understand how monumental it is that they are as big as they are today. Back in October 16th of 1923, Walt Disney and his older brother Roy established the Disney Brothers Studios, which was a small animation studio located in California. Together with Ub Iwerks, Walt ended up creating his most popular character, Mickey Mouse, in 1928 for his animated film Steamboat Willie. After that, Disney and his company went on to create more classic animated films such as Cinderella and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and have now since blown up in size to take in all sorts of media companies under their umbrella. Now, to understand why Disney blew up to get to the point it is at now, though, we need to look at all the moving pieces that Disney has going for it that allow for it to be at the top of the media game. First off, the financial performance of Disney has been very good for quite some time now. In 2020, when a global pandemic was ravaging the country, even Disney saw a decline in revenue. Despite that, in 2021, they saw a 3.1% increase in their profit year over year. And then in 2022, a massive 22.7% increase in profit was seen. And as of March of 2023, there was another 13.52% increase, leading to Disney making $86.981 billion in revenue, according to macrotrends.net. That amount of money could only be earned through the second point of my research paper, which was thanks to the family-friendly branding that Disney has been making a focal point of their company since the beginning of it. The Disney company has been branding itself as a family-friendly business, with all of their famous iterations of fairy tale stories come to life through the power of animation, and all of their original stories involving fantastical princesses, woodland creatures, and talking snowmen. Through their style of self-branding, the Disney company gives itself the ability to be a household name amongst many adults who love their content and adults who have children. Their media is easy to consume because parents don't have to worry about the rating most of the time, since they are usually rated G or PG or even PG-13. However, even their family-friendly branding can't net them all of that profit. There are so many segmented audiences that they can't possibly target all of them, unless they acquire so many media companies that they can target any and all possible audiences. One of the companies that Disney has purchased in order to allow for them to do this is Lucasfilms. Originally headed by the film director and visionary George Lucas, Lucasfilms has created two franchises that Disney is more than happy to milk for all they're worth. Those two franchises are Indiana Jones and Star Wars. The first follows an archaeologist/adventurer who has a run-in with Nazis when he goes searching for a long sought-after treasure, and the other is a sci-fi space opera that follows a young man on his hero's journey. These both easily cater to young boys and men, and have spawned many loyal loyal fan bases that treasure the stories that come from their IPs. Indiana Jones has spawned 5 separate films, numerous video games, some live-action attractions at Disney theme parks, and even more, while the Star Wars franchise has gone on to create over 15 separate films, multiple theme park attractions at Disney theme parks, several video games, animated television series, live-action television series, and more. Many of the achievements that both these IPs that were originally under Lucasfilms were made after Disney had bought out the rights to both Indiana Jones and Star Wars. Now, another one of the companies that Disney bought out in order to further their audience reach was the superhero making company, Marvel. After several movies such as Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk made well over their budget, Disney became immediately interested in purchasing out the entire media company for its incredible potential. When it came time to find a price, an analysis on Marvel resulted in a net asset value of $424 million. Marvel's comics were already quite popular and a direct competitor to the other major superhero media company DC, so in buying Marvel out, Disney automatically gained a new fan base of superhero lovers, which includes people of all ages and genders. As is now widely known, Disney's value realization strategy was based on investing in movies based on Marvel's portfolio of superhero characters. And Disney didn't just stop at the lucrative movie-making business. They would go on to create multiple different superhero films, TV series, animated series, comic books, toys, and even more that appeal to just about everybody. Now, adventurous sci-fi nerds, and superheroes weren't what made Disney big to begin with, though. What helped turn Disney to the massive company that they are today are the animated IPs that they have at their disposal, from Disney's princesses such as Belle from the movie Beauty and the Beast and Ariel, and along with that, they purchased Pixar Animation Studios in January 2006 for $7.4 billion, which includes famous films such as Toy Story and The Incredibles. Now, the Toy Story movies specifically, they sentimentally evoke the progress of childhood, which captures the hearts of many when they watch their films. It's no surprise that the characters from Toy Story films and other numerous Pixar characters have gone on to be in spin-off series, films, video games, and much, much more. And the amount of marketing that Disney can do with their family-friendly branding, paired with their laundry list of identifiable characters, has allowed for them to be in a leading spot in front of many other media companies in the same game as them, which has allowed them to target many, many different people and many different audiences. Now, a little comparison with the ChatGPT thing. I had never used ChatGPT before this, so it was actually very interesting to see how it worked. It wrote an essay in under a minute, and it sort of showed. It did have a lot of the similar points that I had, such as the Marvel, Pixar, and Lucasfilms acquisitions, which was good, and even included a point regarding Disney's purchase of 21st Century Fox, which I hadn't included in my essay, but it didn't go into the same depth as my essay did. I had many more in-text citations and quotes from a variety of sources, while ChatGPT used almost exclusively sources from the Walt Disney Company itself, which may not be totally accurate, as many companies like to embellish the facts about themselves. While a good tool to maybe look for sources that maybe you hadn't thought of and information that might have slipped your mind, I wouldn't rely on it to write your essay. You'll still have to do plenty of work by the time you're done correcting the mistakes it makes. Now, to wrap up this presentation, Disney's reach in terms of the media world is vast. The superheroes, Jedis, princesses, and funny talking animals that it has that can adorn every theme park, cartoon, film, and any other form of media that you can think of allow for it to target a multitude of audiences that many media companies find themselves struggling to appeal to. Pair that up with some good marketing from the Disney company and financial success that only a global pandemic can slow down, you end up with the top dog of the media industry, Disney. Thank you.